Your calves are on fire. After sprinting, you can barely walk, you can barely do a calf raise double leg without wincing, and you're probably thinking, did I injure myself? Athletes, don't panic. This is normal. In fact, it's one of the clearest signs you're actually working hard and adapting. So let's break down why your calves are feeling wrecked after sprinting. What does it really mean for your training? And when you should actually worry. Quick note, I'm not your medical doctor. This video is for educational purposes only. If your calf pain feels sharp, severe, or just doesn't get better, make sure you get it checked out by a medical professional. So, why do your calves feel like they've been destroyed after sprinting? Let's break it down. First, sprinting is not like jogging. Jogging is repetitive but with low forces. So, sprinting, every single stride puts 4 to 6 times your body weight into the ground. And your calves are the first line of defense to absorb and release that energy. So think of your calves like springs. They load up when your foot hits the ground, then explode to push you forward. But what if that spring has not been trained enough? It bends, it creaks, it gets sore. And here's another thing, most athletes don't train their calves directly. They do squats, deadlifts, lunges, but the calves generally get ignored until you sprint. And then suddenly, they are the weakest link. Sprinting also puts a massive demand on the soleus, that deep calf muscle you don't even see, but it's working every time you drive your knee down and push off. If you're new to sprinting or haven't built that base, it's going to scream at you after a hard session. So that soreness you're feeling, it's not random. It's literally your calf saying, this is a new stimulus, we need to level up. That's that adaptation process starting. Now, here's the part most athletes don't realize. Some soreness in the calves after sprinting is actually a good sign. Why? The soreness means that your body is literally in the middle of an upgrade. Sprinting overloaded your muscles, and now your body is rushing to repair and reinforce them so that they can come back stronger. Think of it like building armor. Every time you stress your calves with sprinting, your body lays down more layers of protection, thicker muscle fibers, stronger tendons, better energy return. That soreness is now your construction zone. And here's the kicker, every athlete, no matter the level, goes through this exact process. Elite sprinters, they were hobbling around at some point too. The difference is they stuck with it long enough to adapt. So instead of thinking, oh no, I broke myself, think, I've just hit the stimulus that tells my body to level up. The soreness fades as you get more conditioned, but the strength and speed gains stay. That's how adaptation works. Okay, athletes, here's where you gotta be smart. Soreness is normal, but there are red flags you don't want to ignore. If you feel a sharp, stabbing pain during the sprint itself, that is not a good kind of sore. That could be a strain or a tear, and you need to back off. Another red flag, swelling, bruising, or just flat out pain that does not improve after 48 to 72 hours. Normal soreness usually fades in 1 to 3 days, so if your calf soreness is getting worse instead of better, that's when you need to check in with a physio or a sports doctor. Pay attention to location too. General calf tightness could be normal, but if you do feel pain where your Achilles tendon is, or a deep, sharp pain in one specific spot, That's just not the same as muscle soreness. So think of it this way: if your calves feel like a dull, heavy soreness after a lift, totally normal. If it feels like a knife stabbing every step, or you literally can't push off the ground, that's when you need to treat it like an injury. So, bottom line, soreness is just your body adapting. Sharp pain or swelling is your body telling you to stop. Now, let's talk about staying consistent with your training program without burning out. One of the biggest mistakes athletes make is thinking that soreness means they need to stop, or worse, they just push too hard and risk injury. There is some truth to that, but in general, consistency is king. Stick to your sprint program, your drills, your recovery routines, and be smart. Your calves are the limiting factor right now, so respecting the soreness while still showing up in your training is the move right now. Think of it like leveling up in a game. You can't skip to the final boss. You have to complete the smaller levels first, gradually increasing in intensity and difficulty. That's how you build resilient calves, stronger tendons, and refined sprint mechanics over time. Here's a practical rule I use. If the soreness is moderate, let's say 3 to 4 out of 10, with 10 out of 10 soreness being hospital soreness and 0 out of 10 is no soreness at all, you can still do your planned session with some minor adjustments. Let's say you do have an extreme pain. I would say extreme is at least a moderate, over a 6 out of 10 pain. This is where you need to scale back, focus on technique, shorter distances, or active recovery. This balance keeps you on track with your training program while at the same time preventing setbacks. You're building speed, strength, and durability all at once without overdoing it. So remember, sprinting is a marathon in disguise. Small, smart, repeated efforts lead to explosive results. All right, so your calves are torched. Now what? You don't just sit around and complain, you use it as fuel to get stronger. First, let me share my own story. When I first start my modified track workout on September 2nd, 2025, I thought I'd be fine. It would have been my first scheduled time on the track after resting all summer to recover from my heel injury. So in that session, I only did 4 reps of 20 meters of knee dribble bleeds, 4 reps of 20-meter straight leg scissors, and 3 reps of 20-meter 2 point starts at about 90% effort. That was it. And guess what? My calves were absolutely fried. Walking after that session, brutal. But I knew this was just the starting point. That soreness was the ticket to building resiliency. And that's the key. You don't panic, you don't quit, you adapt with what the training results is giving you. Here's how athletes can manage their calf soreness while still building strength and speed. 1. Active recovery. Don't sit still. Light biking, walking, or even a very easy jog helps pump blood into the calves and speed up recovery. So, your actionable step for the week: aim for 2 to 3 times this week of light biking, walking, or very easy jogs to help your recovery. Number 2, calf isometrics and raises. This one's a game changer. Just holding a calf raise for 30 to 45 seconds helps build that tendon strength and teaches your calves to tolerate load. Mix in both the straight knee and bent knee variations so that you hit both the gastrocs and the soleus. Your actionable step to take this week: aim for 2 sets of 20 seconds daily, and definitely start especially if you haven't been doing calf isometrics regularly. Number 3, progression, not punishment. Don't go from 0 to 100 with sprinting. My very first day was with short accelerations and technique drills. As your calves adapt, you add distance and intensity. That's how you build capacity without blowing yourself up. Number four, supportive tools. Yes, foam rolling, mobility work, massage guns, they can help, but the biggest recovery tool is smart trading loads, smart recovery, adaptation, and repeating. So, your actionable step this week is to get more sleep 7 to 10 hours every night. No exceptions. And the closer you can get to 9 to 10 hours, the better. So, if your calves are sore right now, don't see it as a failure. See it as step one in the process of building bulletproof sprinting legs. So, here are the takeaways, athletes. If your calves are on fire after sprinting, don't panic. That soreness isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign that you showed up, pushed yourself, and gave your body a reason to get stronger. Remember my first modified sprint session? Just a handful of drills and short sprints, and my calves were wrecked. But I knew that was the doorway to becoming more resilient, faster, and more explosive. Every athlete has to walk through that same door. The soreness fades, but the progress doesn't. Stick with it. And the same calves that are screaming today will become springs that will launch you down the track tomorrow. So don't let the soreness scare you. Embrace it. Use it as proof that you're on the path to getting better. And if this helped you, hit the like button, drop a comment about your worst calf soreness story, and share this with your teammate who's hobbling after practice. Keep training smart, keep pushing, and trust the process. Your body will thank you.